I am Glory, and in today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to create a Zoho form and how you can embed that form into your website, and also how you can map out that form with Zoho CRM. So that means anybody that is filling that form, whatever that form is, it will be mapped, the details will be mapped out automatically to Zoho CRM. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to log into your Zoho form account. So right now I'm in my Zoho Forms account, and if you're using Zoho One, all you have to do is just come into if you're in Zoho CRM already, all you need to do is just click on this tab. Then um you are going to see all your Zoho apps. So you can click on Forms, and you will get to the your Zoho Forms account. Okay, so when you get here, the first thing you want to do is to create a new form. I have some forms here already, but I want to use a new form so I can start from scratch so you can see how it is done. Okay, so when I click on new form, I will be asked to name my form, like a form name, form title. So I am going to call this onboarding form. Onboarding. Okay, so it is going to ask me if I want to create a standard form or a card form. So a card form is just like a form, is all form whereby a question is on a page. Then you can swipe to the left or to the right to pick the next question or the previous question. We will not be using the card format. We are going to be using the standard format, and the standard format is just where you have different questions on a page. So you can have multiple pages also, but we are going to be using the standard format. So I'm going to click on create, and when I click on create, it's loading. Okay, so right now I'm in the form builder of Zoho, and I want to be able to drag and drop the different elements I'll be using. So for easy access, I have created a, shall I call it a template, whereby we can use to create this form. So I, as a CRM and email marketing expert, I want to be able to ask my incoming leads some questions. So I want to be able to ask the industry, the company size, and the service they need me to do. They don't want to create email marketing strategy, or they want to build in their CRM software, or they want to build their email list. So I will be starting with the basic one we all know, the email, the name, and the phone number. So um, we are going to head back into Zoho Forms. Okay, into Zoho Forms, and we are going to drag in the name. So now in Zoho Forms, the name format is um in Zoho Forms, the name format is splitted into two. So that means we have the first name and the last name. The next thing we are going to be dragging in is the email address, the phone number, and the company name. So next we are having the email, then the phone number. Oops, made a mistake. Okay, so we're going to be having the phone number. Okay, so we're going to be having the phone, then the company name. Okay, so for the company name, we want to use a single line, and it is going to be a single line because we want them to be able to type in the company name into that. So if you're going to be using a long text, that is when you use the multi-line. But for company name, we are going to be using the single line, and we are going to drag it over here. So all you need to do is just drag in all these fields, and you are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to drag this in here, and I am going to rename this, and I'm going to rename it company name. Okay. Okay, so I want to use the medium size. That means the field is going to expand a little bit, and I don't need a placeholder text, and I am good with all of this. Then I want to make this mandatory. So that means they cannot submit this form until they fill in their company name. Okay, so I have done everything. Then I click on save. Um, okay. Then I want to make this older ones mandatory too. I want to make them compulsory. Um, so that is for that. Then I'm going to go back into the form. I mean into my template, and I'm going to start creating the order fields. So the next one is the industry. You can either use drop down, or you can use radio, or you can use multiple choice or checkbox. The one I love using the most is drop down, and here's the reason. I love using drop down because it is the options are going to drop down, like the name implies, and it is not going to fill up the screen, and it is going to save a lot of space. I really need to use drop down. Okay, so if I drag in drop down into this place, then okay, so I can then edit this and change this drop down and change it into industry. Okay, so I am also going to choose medium, and I will be using drop down, not radio. If I'm using radio, it is going to spread out the options on the screen, and that's going to take a lot of space. Remember, I'm embedding this form on my website, so I have to make sure that I'm able to utilize the space so as not so the form won't take a lot of space on my website. So I'm going to be using drop down for the reason I explained earlier. Then I'm going to be removing this, and yeah, I can remove this. I need to have an option. So I want to import industry types, and I'll be adding it manually. So I'm going to go over back to my template, and I'm going to copy this. Yeah, I won't use everything because it's too much. So I'm just going to copy that. Then I'm going to insert it into this place. Then I'm going to click on add choices. So when I click on add choices, as you can see, it's added in everything automatically. So I'm removing this first choice, and I think I'm going to go with these options I have left. Now I'm including order because I want them to be able to pick or to write out whichever one they feel it's not in there, and they should be able to put it in themselves. So we are making this field mandatory, and we want them to be able to fill in this field before they can submit the form. Okay, so I'm going to click on save. Yeah, so we have the industry field already. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my template now. I'm already in my template, and I'm going to be picking the next one, which is service required. For service required, we want to make sure that we have um all or almost all of the services we offer. So as a CRM instructor, or as a CRM and email marketing um, expert, I want to be able to mention all the services I have that I can help them with. Then I go over back to Zoho Forms and use the same drop down also. Now it drop down. Let me show you something right now. So for at this stage, I can access this form, and as you can see, if I'm going to be using a drop down, the only limitation about the drop down is that I can only pick an option at a time. So that might not work, and I might not be able to use that because for services they might want one or more services. So I want something whereby they can be able to pick a lot of options that are available. So I'll be trying out checkbox. So I'll be using checkbox for that. So for my checkbox, I'll be using then I'm going to, yeah, copy and paste that service required, and I am going to be copying every of that like the same method I did for industry. I am going to be importing all of the I'm going to be importing all of the options, and I'm going to be adding them manually. I am going to be copying all of this, then I am going to input them into my builder. So I'm going to input them here, and we have those options, and it is going to fill out automatically into those spaces. So we are deleting this first choice, and we are including order just in case we have just in case the options that is in here is not what they want, maybe they want another thing, then they can impute that themselves. Okay, so I am making this field mandatory also because I want them to be able to fill in that option so I can know the service they want to go for. Okay, so it's up to you. You can leave it like that in case you don't want it to be compulsory to fill in. Okay, so that is for the service required. And for the next field, yeah, we want to ask which current email marketing platform they are using right now. And I am going to ask this question using the drop down menu for this part. So I am going to copy the current email marketing platform, then I'm going to paste it in, and I am going to be dragging in a drop down. Yeah, so I'm going to be dragging in the drop down here. After dragging it here, then I want to rename this, and I want to rename it as current email marketing platform. Then I'm choosing the medium size, then I'm choosing the drop down, not the radio. So the radio is just going to spread it out on the screen, and we don't want that. It's going to take a lot of space. So I am going to delete this also. Um then I am going to use this import, then I'm going to import everything. Okay, not everything because it's a lot. So I'm just going to pick in few, copy, then go ahead and add it manually, then paste it in here. Oops, sorry. Okay. Um, copy, copy. Then I'm going to be pasting it here. So that is going to form the options for the current email marketing platform. So we have this, and we are going to be deleting first choice. Then we are going to be including order just in case that email marketing platform is not currently available in our options. So click on save. Yeah. So after we have this, yeah, there's something I want to show you over here. So we have, okay, one, two, three. Okay, so I want to use this, I want to spread it out in three columns, and just to save space on the screen, just to make the form a little bit shorter, that is going to reduce the length of the form. I am going to be asking the last question, which is their current email marketing. I'm going to be asking the last question, which is their current CRM system. And if they have any CRM system they are using currently, we want to be able to make sure that we know which of the CRM softwares they are using currently. So I'm going to go over to the builder also, then drag in a drop down again. Then I am going to rename this to their current CRM system. I'm going to be using the medium, and I am going to be using the import also. So I am going to be adding this manually, and I'm going to go over here, then copy all of this. Okay, we have Salesforce twice. That's a mistake. So I'm going to copy in all of this, then I'm going to be inserting it again into this. Then it's going to fill up the choices or the options. Okay, so I'm going to click on add choices, and I'm going to minus this, and I'm going to click on order. Okay, so we are saving this. Okay, I think I should just stop there right now so as not to make the form too long. So we have our form, and we can access this form and see how it works. Okay, so that means they put in their name, their email, and their company name, their industry, and they can pick in whichever service they require, and the current email marketing platform they are using, and the current CRM system they are using. Okay, then they click on submit. So now the next thing we are going to be doing right now is to create rules. So there are different kind of rules you can create. You can create rules for the field, then for the form, then for the page rule. Yeah, I think, yeah, for page rules. Okay, so for feed, you are just going to configure the feed in such a way that, okay, if they put in this, we want this to appear. If they put in this, we want this to appear, and that's just all about feed rules. So for form rules, there are different okay, so for form rules, there are different ways we can configure that. That means we can make sure if they put in their email, if their email is not empty, then we can send in an email automatically to them. So I want to click on this to get their email that they've put in into into the form. Then we click on this. That means we are getting the email of the lead that filled in the form. Then we want to type in whatever I want to type in. Maybe thank you for filling in the form. Okay, so we are just using this as a template, and that's all. So you can do this in case you don't want to use Zoho CRM to trigger a workflow or an automation, whereby if they fill in a form and they come in as a new lead, they want to create this, they want to send out this email to them. But we can do it directly through Zoho Forms. That's the best part of this. And I can click on done. Oh, I need to put in a subject. Okay, I'm just going to put in welcome, welcome, and I click on done, and that's it. So we can send an email, we can send an SMS, but you have to make sure you connect the SMS platform you'll be using. Then a push notification, maybe a push notification to one of the users in Zoho Forms that, hey, okay, a new lead that's coming into this. There is a new lead in this form, you might want to check it out, or if you want to redirect them to another page or assign a task to a user. Okay, so we are adding this, and that's all. Okay, so for feed rule, one thing I love about feed rule is that we can be able to manipulate the Zoho form so that it even compresses the current page. That means if there is a form, okay, let's say if the industry is if the industry is in healthcare, also, or want to use or the industry. Okay, sorry, let me use the okay. So is any of e-commerce, education, and real estate. Then we click on done. Then we want to ask, want to show this particular field. So we can pick whichever field we want you to show. Use the service. So we click on done, and that's it. That means if the industry is any of e-commerce, education, and real estate, that's then the service required is going to appear. So that means if they are picking all other options except this, then the service required is not going to come up. So once you click on add to add that rule, and the last one is the page rule. The page rule only works when you have multiple pages. Okay, so in the builder, let me step back a little bit. in the builder, you can add in a page break. So a page break is like, okay, this is for this page is for collecting information about the leads. Then the next page can be to collect more information about the particular email marketing software you are using. So for example, we can ask them, how many leads do you have? Um, when last how frequently do you send email campaigns? Do you have automation set up already, and things like that? Have you tried out A or B testing? Just to have another page for that, and that is called the page break. So the page break is basically going to divide this form into another page. So that means you can see that it created another page. So we can ask for a different entire a different set of questions in this next page. So that is that, and I am deleting this since I don't need a page break. I just need a simple form to embed on my website, and that is all. Okay, so when I have this already, then I'm going to click on the settings. Now, this settings is a whole lot. Like, I am going to dedicate a video to explain everything about the settings because it's so long that it has a lot of settings you can actually manipulate this form for. But we are just going to pick in the simple ones and we are done. Okay, so I just want the thank you page. Um, yeah, we just want to have this and that. So you can edit this and rephrase this option however you want it. So you can also you can also include a link whereby you can make people download the PDF of their responses. Okay, so we want to also work on the submission and the storage. So that means we want people to be able to save and resume. So we want to enable this. That means at the bottom of the form, you can see save and resume, and you can save and create another form. But that might not be necessary. We just need one form and that's all. So we are going to be disabling this. Then we want people to be able to edit their responses. Okay, save. Okay, so we want people to be able to edit their responses. So we want to click on yes, then we want to click on a link in the thank you page. They can download. Yeah, so we have that already. Then let's stop there for now. Then we can click on the theme. So for the theme, you can use whichever theme is available, or you can build in another one for um, all over, like starting from the scratch. I will just use the available theme for now, just to save time. Okay, so I am going to be using this. Uh, this is too short. Okay, I want something very simple. Um, okay, I'll be using this. Yes. So I have that already. Then now this is where the real job is. Okay, so we can share in multiple ways, and one of the ways we can share is to use the link. We have this long Zoho form links. Then we can copy it, Control C, then Control V. Then we can access that form in using that. We can access that form using that link. And another method we can also use is to create um is to shorten, sorry. Another method we can also use is to shorten that particular link. So we can shorten this link to get a very simple link. I prefer this, not this long one. Yeah, because this one is easy to copy and paste and send to people. So you can just send it to whichever person you want to send it to. you know you can send it through an email, through campaigns and things like that, and you can have this form ready. And the best part, which I love, is embedding it on your website, and we are getting there now. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Zoho Forms, and I am going to be using the embed option. So instead of using share with, that's the link, I am going to be using embed, and you can use iframe, JavaScript, hyperlink. HTML, whichever one. I prefer using iframe because it's easier. Yeah, it's easier to use. So I'm going to copy this code, then keep it somewhere. So I can copy this code, then go over to my website. So if you are using WordPress or if you are using Wix, whichever one, just go to your builder and just look for the elements, code snippets, or look for the element code iframe, whichever one. So just copy that code and put it in the builder of your website. Then you have that in already. I use Zoho sites, and although my site is not yet complete, but because of this tutorial, I was thinking if I can just use that for now. Okay, so I'm going to head over to my site, and this is Zoho site, and I have different pages. I am going to put it in my, should I use home? Okay, I'm going to use home, my home page, and I'm going to put in that form in my home page. I am going to actually delete it after this. It's just for demonstration purpose, and I am going to be removing it. Okay, so now I'm in my site, and what I want to do is I want to put that particular form on this site. Okay, so I need this to load. Yeah, so I am currently in the home page of my website, and all I need to do is I need to put it down. Yeah, down. Then I want to add another element, and I want to, so it's the same thing if you're using WordPress. Just need to like click on add, then go over to the options you have, then click on put the petal embed iframe. If you see iframe, please use iframe. So I'm going to drag in this iframe, and I'm going to put it in here. Then I'm going to copy, sorry, I'm going to paste. I'm going to paste my form in here, the code of my form. Then I'm going to click on OK. And that's it. Very simple, right? I know. Okay, so that means if you're filling in this form, it is going to go directly into Zoho Forms. And all they need to do is just put in their name, and their other information, and it is in. But you are going to notice something. This form is um this page is too short for the form. So what I am going to do is I'm going to increase the length of this form. Eh, okay, okay, so I am going to edit the length of this form, and I'm going to increase the height. That means in that particular code, I am going to increase the height. It is 500. Let me see how 900 is going to look like. And this is 900. Yep. So this is my form, and there is not that thing that was here. It was not there again. So I have my form on my website, and I am good to go. Okay, so this is my onboarding form. When anybody comes into my website, then they can see this, then they can be able to fill in this form, and it goes into Zoho form. So the next thing I want to do is I want to publish this website. Yeah, it's loading. Okay, so for illustration purpose, my site is not yet secured. So okay, so we can be able to see that from down there. So yeah, that's kind of simple, right? Yeah, so we have our form on our website, and people can come in and fill in the form, and the details get into Zoho Forms. Okay, so one last thing we need to do is we need to map out this form to Zoho CRM. And I use Zoho One, so I have everything in my Zoho One account. So I am currently in the CRM, and I am going to be using the CRM to collect every information that comes in through that particular form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into integrations. So when I get to integration, I want to be able to integrate with Zoho CRM. You can integrate with any of this and you can pick whichever one you want. But we are going to be using Zoho CRM. So I'm going to click on integrate. Then I want to pick the module I want to use. So for now, I'll be picking leads. Yeah, I want to use leads, and I am going to be selecting the layout, which is standard. Okay. So we have two compulsory fields when it comes to the lead module. We have the company and we have the last name. Now there's something I need to do. Okay, I need to create the field in the form. I need to create them inside Zoho CRM so that I can be able to map it out. If a particular field is in the form and not in the CRM, you will not be able to map out that field. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead into Zoho CRM and I want to go to the settings. Then I want to go into the modules and fields. Then I'm going to be using the lead module. So let me click on the layout. You understand that. Then I want to edit the layout. So for this part, we have in Zoho CRM, I believe we have the company name already in the form. So we are mapping the company with the company name. And we're mapping the last name with the last name here. So let me check in the older ones that we need to work on. So the email is definitely in Zoho CRM. Then we have the phone, the industry. Then I just need to put in the current email marketing I need to put in the current email marketing platform. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to go over to Zoho CRM and I'm going to create a field. Now there's something you can do. You can use the single line method to collect leads from checkbox and from drop down on the form. So I'm going to be using the single line method to make it easy and not complicate things. So if I click on this, I have that already. So if I paste it in, we have that lead, and I'm going to be dragging in another single line, and I am going to be creating. Okay, I am going to be creating. The next one is going to be my current CRM system, and if my current CRM system is um, going to be on my Zoho CRM. Okay, so I copy this in here and we have that. So I will make sure I save this. Then come over here. Okay, so we have this as set as mandatory. Then we want to add in more fields. We have the first name in Zoho CRM and we have the first name on the form. We have the phone. We have the phone in CRM and we have the phone in um, Zoho Forms. Then we have the industry. We should have industry. Okay, so we have the industry in uh, in Zoho CRM and we have the industry in here. So they want to make sure that we map out the current CRM process, system. It is not in Zoho CRM yet because we have not refreshed this page. Then I want to refresh this. Yep. Then I can be able to find my field. Yeah, my CRM. Yeah. So the current CRM system, then we are going to map it out with the current CRM system here. So as you can see, it is mapped out. And also want to do for email marketing. So for email marketing, the current email marketing platform, so want to map it out with the one on the form and want to map it out with this. So I think we have all the fields. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's like I'm missing something, or am I not? Okay, we have the company name, the last name. Yeah, I'm missing the most important field, which is the email. So I'm going to mark out the email in CRM and email in, yeah. So I am going to integrate that. Now you want to do something. In case you have any workflow rules or you have any automation done in Zoho CRM, you want to check this so that your workflow rules can be triggered. So now I'm going to check this, then I'm going to send attachments. Yeah, so I'm going to use the default template. Done. So any attachment or signature, we actually don't have that, but just to do that, we don't have any approval. Then we want to, yeah, if it already exists, we want to offset this record. Then we are going to be looking at email. So if there's a current email in Zoho CRM, all this will do is just to update it. So we want to override the field value in Zoho CRM with empty field values from Zoho Forms. Why offsetting this form? The answer is no, we don't want to. This means is that for every field in Zoho CRM, if a blank field is coming from the form, do you want to make the blank field also to appear in Zoho CRM? The answer is no. We want to leave it the way it is. So we click on done, and that is all. So if there's any assignment rule, we want to also trigger that. And there is no assignment rule in my CRM, so we are good to go. Okay, so we want to tag this record, and actually I don't think that is necessary, but you can tag according to the field you have created, or you can create a field and call it tag, then hide that field. So you can do that also. So I am going to integrate this. Yep. This is how to integrate Zoho Forms into Zoho CRM. So the next step is for me to create is to fill out that form and see how everything works out. Okay, so now that I have mapped out my Zoho Forms detail into Zoho CRM, I want to go over into the form on my website, and I want to fill in this form and I want to submit this form and see how that goes and see how the lead is created. Okay, so for instance, I want to put in my name, so I'm going to call this test. Okay, sorry, my last name is Test, my first name is Glory, then my email. Yep, I think I have this already. Yeah, so I'm going to change it to 102. Yeah, 102. Then I have a phone number. Then my company name is CRM Instructor. Let me add an his. Wait, his, sorry. Then my industry, I am into technology. My current email marketing platform is HubSpot. Then my current CRM is Zoho CRM. Then I want to click on submit. So now this form has been submitted, and remember we did this in the settings. We can add in a new response, we can edit the response we just gave, and we can download our response as a PDF. So whichever one you want your leads to do, then you can insert that in the settings I showed you the other time. So the next thing you want to do is to come over to Zoho CRM and look for the new lead we just submitted. So I'm going to go over to leads. Okay. And as you can see, our new lead is currently in Zoho CRM. Yeah. So I hope I've been able to pass this knowledge across. Um, Please do reach out to me if you have any questions or if you want to set up this and you have issues setting it up. I can be able to put you through. And also, um, once again, my name is Glory. Please like my video, share, and just subscribe to get more of this. And I promise to keep on passing on value. So if you want more video like this, please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, see you in the next video.